going on? It's Bart back with another microphone review for you. And today I have with me the MXL V57M. The V57M. And as you can see, it is backwards. I got this thing shipped in from, I believe, eBay. Never seen one before. Never heard of it. Didn't know the V57M existed. But lo and behold, MXL throws me another surprise with some numbers and letters. V57M. So it came and the body was sideways compared to where the cardioid polar pattern logo was. So I straightened it and it was backwards the whole time. Talked into this end, got a bunch of room echo, was very confused. I'll have to fix it before I put it on reverb and ship it out. Link below. eBay as well. But got this thing, $35. Thought, hey, I just tested the V63M, or is it, no, V67M? V63M, and thought that thing looks a lot like that mic, and I bet it sounds a lot like that mic. Lo and behold, kind of does. Not completely, but it definitely does have some of the same tone as the V63M, which I green-lighted. Really good microphone. And so far, this sounds pretty decent too. I will say, it does have an all-metal body, and it does not feel cheap. This metal body feels a little thicker and more substantial than most MXL mics that I've ran into. Also has a metal mesh grill with give to it. I've already tested it. It definitely has give. I'm not going to squeeze it. It's got that patented MXL. If you sneeze on it, it's going to dent it grill. Metal ring around the top for minimal protection with the soft grill, but that's okay. Again, condenser mics are meant to be used in a nice, safe studio setting, not thrown into a gig bag or punted across the field for a kick return. Not what it's meant for. So I could not find a frequency response chart for this microphone, unfortunately, but I did find a single tidbit of information, and it was a spec sheet. So let's go to that now. So as you can see, it's a condenser microphone, obviously, with a 25 millimeter diaphragm capsule. The frequency response is between 30 hertz and 20 kilohertz. It has a sensitivity of 15 MV/PA, impedance of 200 ohms, and a sound noise ratio of 80 decibels. In A-weighted. If you want to know the difference between that, go check out Bandrew on Podcastage. He explains that very well. Me, not so much. The max SPL, 130 decibels. So you can crank some loud stuff into this thing, some fairly loud stuff. It does require phantom power of 48 volts, and the weight on this thing is 470 grams, which feels about right. It does feel substantial. Back to me. How's it going? So, a little bit of weight. Pretty nice looking microphone. Is it worth the $35 I paid for it? I think so. I really do think so. I think it sounds pretty solid. And for something that without a frequency response chart that I assume is a little presence boosted, again, like MXL mics before it that seem to have a little bit of presence boost, it's not killing my ears. I think it sounds good. Good indeed. So before I get to the test with the Rode NT1, I'm going to green light it because, again, MXL mics are not the best thing I've ever used. I probably wouldn't use one on a day-to-day basis just because I own better mics. If I didn't own better mics, I would be comfortable using the V57M, the V63M, the 990, the 770, the V67G. I would be comfortable using those on a day-to-day basis because MXL, again, is the absolute best budget mic company out there. Not only that, but for whatever reason, since they're already budget mics, you can pick them up used for literally next to nothing. So I'm going to say this. If you are just getting into podcasting, voiceover, music, and you don't have much of a budget, go on Reverb, go on eBay, search MXL Condenser Microphone, and feel pretty confident about buying any of the microphones that they have. Now, I'm sure I'll test one eventually that just sounds terrible, but honestly, for the price and for the money, you just can't go wrong starting out with these MXLs. I am excited to eventually get my hands on one that is very premium, that I would love to keep, that might compete with one of my more premium mics. Maybe we'll get there down the road sometime. I hope so. So, without further ado, let's see how the MXL V57M sounds compared to the Rode NT1 that I'm getting ready to bring over right now. Man, sometimes I'm like, should I sing? Should I give a little taste of the singing? Yeah, I honestly think that I can sing a little bit when I'm alone. Then in front of this camera, nah, man. Nah. God and money, I'd do anything for you. I was on a 9 Inch Nails kick earlier. God and money, just tell me what you want me to do. Okay, so this is the MXL V57M, and this is how it sounds. I'm going to give it I should have done some proximity earlier, but if you get right up on it, this is what the V57M sounds like. Should have done that well before I did this side-by-side comparison. But this is what it sounds like if you get right up on it. The plosives are bad. I say that every time and they don't come through on the recording, but Peter Piper picked a patch of pineapple pizza. If you watch the Back Row Fantasy Show podcast or listen to it or follow us on Twitter, you'll know exactly what that's all about. Pineapple pizza. Pineapple pizza is freaking delicious. Okay, so let's go to the Rode NT1. This is the Rode NT1. This is the Rode NT1. Peter Piper picked a patch of pop filters that won't let my pineapples get to the preen or the screen. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled pineapples. Rode NT1. This is the Rode NT1. This is the MXL V57M. V57M, Rode NT1. V57M, Rode NT1. Rode NT1. You really don't have to give much gain on the Rode to get it going. It's a beautiful thing. Listen, I was kind of just taken by surprise. I think the V57M holds its own. Pretty confident in that. I really think I honest to God think that it's pretty close as far as the sound quality goes. I'm going to try one more time. V57M and Rode NT1. The Rode NT1, the V57M. Kind of impressed with the V57M. Keeper, bro. Keeper. All right. Well, that's it, man. That's what I got for you. The V57M, probably one of the better comparisons I've done so far to the Rode NT1. I think they both sound really good. So if you can get your hands on this thing, I'm going to say go out and grab it. Find it. Put it in your mic locker. It's a good one. Barks out. Peace out. Obscure Mics.